would be quite
Potentially.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, if Australia get uh, another one, then it's higher stakes for the Kiwis. Um, what are the scores in those other games?
It's been very
Just as
difficult to keep
Robert
track of the other
answers that.
games. I'm guessing they must all be third games by now, I'm assuming. I mean, this game over here is only
Yeah.
on hoop 2, so, I mean, Judy's just running that for Oz.
Yeah, so
And
that's 2-0.
yeah,
to
I think she's just
Judy.
taken a 2-0 lead. And it only looks like the other game's on hoop 6, but it looks like Sonia's up there. It looks like
Sonia's
Sonia's
up 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually,
This test is tightening up.
yeah, if we expect, I mean, it's only 2-0, so it's early days, and
Yeah.
4-1's early days too. But if we expect whoever's winning currently in those two games to win eventually,
In this game, yeah.
this game matters a lot. And right now, this game's pretty tight too.
Yeah.
Rob took hoop 1.
So we see again there, like with Black just earlier, Rob missing another 10-ish yarder. It's a distance that he can't really afford to miss against Webby here, because it does allow Webby just control of those hoops, where Robbie's obviously quite capable
Yeah.
of hitting those distances. And yeah, obviously Webby's in good position here. A nice west clearing ball and good position with red.
Do you think there's any, having watched the last couple of games, do you reckon there's anything Rob should change? Or do you think he's just, like, he's playing it well?
Needs to hit more.
Just needs to hit even more.
Yeah.
Okay, top tip.
Yeah. Just those last 4 or 5 sort of crucial hoops.
Yeah.
Really needed to hit a couple more shots. And yeah, absolutely, Webby played fantastically through those.
Those last 3 hoops especially were really something.
Yeah.
Hoop 12 was, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw his second approach to 13. I thought he'd messed it up.
Very good shot.
But in fact, he played the hill beautifully.
He did walk past us and say he'd aimed for the corner. Whether or not that was entirely accurate,
I said to Rachel, I don't think the hill's taken him by surprise, but I did wonder if he was a bit surprised to see it as good as a block.
Yeah.
That was really something.
Yeah. Could you see his fist pump from
No,
there?
but it doesn't surprise me. I think that shot warranted a fist pump.
Yeah. Now, is yellow in a decent running position? Is that at 35, 40 degrees?
I don't think it's quite that angled. I think yellow's an okay hoop running shot there.
Yellow's okay.
But I think the bigger problem for him is that it's open on black.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that
Has
going
that
to
got
just
the
trundle
distance?
by?
No.
One of those, isn't it?
With it's still Webby's control with blue so far east. Yeah, Robert obviously. Yeah, that's not a bad shot.
That's a good shot.
Clears onto the west boundary.
Yeah.
As a broad shot across the lawn.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you'd want black to stop dead, but at 7 yards you don't have too much to say about where it
Yeah,
goes.
and if you're going to cut it either way, that's the way you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to go. Obviously, it leaves Webby a relatively easy approach back, but you're on the right side for clearing Webby's balls.
Yeah.
As far from the hoop as possible. Yep. So shooting again here.
And at some point, Rob needs to get his or a ball in front of the hoop. That's the issue that Rob's facing here. I don't think he'll miss one of these shots anytime soon, but he needs to start making these clearances a bit shorter, and that's actually a pretty good first step.
Well, when you're 2 yards away from the hoop, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
That was a well-paced stroke, because obviously Red's not going to be clearing anything, so he doesn't need it to be, all the way on the boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue is, though, is that we noticed a bit in the last game that Webby started blocking more often.
Yeah.
And I think this is a prime blocking opportunity. I mean, partly because he may as well.
And he's getting position at the same time. But I don't think he's got that. It looks slightly too far south.
Yeah, Rob was pretty quick to take up
yeah,
his stance. I think it's
indeed.
supposed to be open, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a good
well
shot.
Open. Yeah.
And now, if blue gets a good stop shot on red, He's got that ball in front of the hoop that we were talking about.
Yeah. Which, yeah, goes to show his control. Is Webby shooting at blue here?
It looked like he thought about it for a moment, right? I don't
That
think
has got to be on blue's line, doesn't it?
maybe. Is this a block?
Ambitious
Yeah.
attempt. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he thought if I stick it in front, it's getting cleared
I mean,
anyway. So
he's in a very good defensive position there as well.
Yeah.
Clearing to most areas of the lawn. If Robert does stick around relatively close to red.
that's true.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
a good shot.
So there you go.
But you're right. Yellow's waiting to clear that, and even if Rob clears yellow, Webby's got a 7-yarder, and he can hit blue a hell of a long way if he gets that
exactly
7-yarder.
Genuine clearance.
But it can be a bit tricky because I don't know how long they've been at this hoop, and Webby's essentially only played position shots for like the last 5 minutes. So switching suddenly to a huge clearance might be
Ooh. So both balls still have the hoop quite easily. It's just whether yellow's got a clear shot. I mean, it's pretty close to blue, so you'd think he'd be able to cut that with some comfort.
Right now it is, but if black hits yellow,
Yeah.
I can sort of see yellow hitting blue anyway, but maybe colliding with red.
I know. I'm thinking about shooting for red here. You know, you're more likely ending up on the west boundary with black, and then you've got a genuine clearance back on yellow if yellow stuns blue.
That's true.
We shall see. Oh, is this just position?
Can Webby can get rid of that blue, right? I think it's tricky.
I think, yeah.
But he can get rid of
half
that, right?
ball cut, and
Yeah.
that's in corner 4 for sure.
And at the end of last game, he had something similar at hoop 13, and he nailed it. So
There you go.
well, actually, having seen that now, that's made Webby's shot easier, right?
It's
in a way.
made Webby's shot less risky for hitting his own ball, but I think that we.
It's still a 7-yarder.
Yeah, it's still a 7-yarder. Yeah, and Rob's on the west boundary with a full view of the lawn with black. So yeah, good
He's
shot.
nailed it.
Good shot from Webby. Yeah, yeah. Rob needs a decent shot here.
Yeah, and given that's the first clearance he's played in a while, he played that pretty well. And
yeah,
and it'll be interesting now to see whether Rob takes position or clears. I mean, clear seems. I mean, red's not a gimme hoop shot.
yeah, he'll be
clear.
clearing. Yeah, especially going onto the short boundary. And what is that? 14 yards.
Yeah, maybe a tad bit more, but if he hits it, he's in a pretty good position, isn't he? And he's hit it.
And
Wow.
he is in an excellent position there.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be for a decent clearance. So
Yeah.
Webby doesn't have too many options here. Just approach sort of
I think
deepish and east of the hoop.
I think he's just got to approach and just accept he's going to be cleared.
Yeah.
He's got to go somewhere near the hoop. Or maybe he could go far east of the hoop, like maybe a few yards east. But I don't know how good that. I mean, Rob has been nailing his clearances. Maybe just setting himself up to be clear is not such a good idea, but we'll see.
But you're also needing to put pressure on Rob to clear you. You know,
Yeah.
waste a shot where it could be seeing. Oh, this is a hoop shot. Yep. So Fletcher in control of hoop 2 now.
Was that necessary? I wonder.
No.
Because I mean, I think you're right.
He felt under pressure, obviously, but yeah, putting a ball in and making Rob use one of his shots to clear you probably isn't the worst decision in the world. But you know, if Webby felt he had the shot on, and that was his best chance of not giving Rob a 7-yard clearance in front of 2, then
I don't know. I mean, it's a long hoop shot. I mean, if that's
looks like Malcolm wants to have a chat on the microphone.
All right. Okay. Cool. Do you want to chat to him?
Oh, sorry. No, he's
Oh
got
no,
some
he's
stats for me.
Stato. He's the Australian Stato. So what's he got to say?
He's actually not counted anything. He's just written the number.
It seems to be in
Like-
code somehow.
So a yes or a no means it was successful. He just hasn't written how many we've got.
So on air maths.
So positional shots. Both players were very good. Obviously Rob. Yeah, both players. Most of their
Yeah, pretty
positional
good.
shots were around 15 yards. Croquet's Rob was extremely good within 10 yards. And Webby was very good as well. But Webby just hit more in the 20-yard region. So that could have
there
been
must
the
have been more.
difference.
There must have been more than this number, though. I think this is just this must just be a small subset.
This is as many as they've clearly remembered to.
Let's hope there's no Australian bias in this memory.
That's a good shot from Felix there. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah.
He had to clear yellow.
And he couldn't.
It did get the edge of black, but still enough that it's in a hoop running position.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
The interesting one here is Webby's hoop shots. He missed a fair few under 2 yards, where Robert
Really?
only missed. We've got 3 hoop shots down there in total.
But it's interesting because I mean here there's only three hoop shots that Rob attempted from under 2 yards, whereas Webby's got a lot more. And in a way,
Yeah.
to me, even though Webby wasn't getting them, to me in a way that suggests that.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
most of Webby's shots were still, his successful hoops were under that 2 yard region. It's
Yeah.
just he's failed.
More
just
than you'd
about
expect.
as many as he's hit.
But maybe they were very angled because I mean, I wonder a little bit
Yeah.
why Rob let him have so many 2 yard hoop runs, given that he's shooting so well, and maybe these 2 yard hoop runs were pretty angled. But in the meantime, Webby's got rid of that danger ball,
managed
right?
to get some control back in this hoop.
He might be
you know,
favourite actually.
Yeah,
Depends where
obviously Rob's got to be clearing. It's red to play, so he'll position. But Rob's only clearing yellow to north boundary, in which case yellow's only got an 8 or 9 yarder, depending on angle.
If he's
on-
not
on
wired,
blue.
he could be
Yeah,
wired.
That he could be.
Like, if you
And
hit
he's
that front of the
shooting
face,
because of that risk. Oof,
dude.
very good attempt.
Again, I don't know whether that was a bit premature for a shot. I don't know.
It may have been a shot at blue.
Yeah, I suppose it was double
to prevent the possible wiring.
wiring. Yeah.
But Rob's taking position, hoping for wide spot.
Maybe for
It's
block.
gone a long way. Oh, that's a
He's
lovely shot.
That's a nice shot. That's not interfering with blue, maybe?
It's
No.
definitely interfering with blue's hoop.
Is it? It is.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what does Webby do here?
There must be potential for
attempts.
a left, like hit blue on the left hand side, and you don't need to
Or is
nudge.
this hoop?
Has he got the hoop?
Maybe.
Well, it's a shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was hoop. Yep.
shot. Right, so that's 1-1. He's levelled it off.
1-1. And that was
In style.
well played to get that hoop. Important first shot across.
Yeah, so a lot of
Yeah.
these have been going a bit far.
That
You'll be
looks to a
relieved to
good
know
weight.
that a lot of the hills that you encountered yesterday on this lawn, these chaps have encountered as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the hilliness was interesting, but
bit of deja vu watching.
we've just had the lights turn on, so you would be able to see in the cameras a fair amount of cloud cover, and it is starting to just drop in light level, so definitely a good decision by the managers to get them on now
Yeah.
before it drops much further.
It also feels like the wind's picked up a little bit. I mean, we're pretty sheltered here, but even so,
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. The flags over there are generally a good indicator, and they They are blowing in the wind. So yeah, definitely a breeze up, and another good 14, 15 yard roquet by Webby.
Yeah, and actually Red's gone off in quite a nice spot
Quite
there.
a nice spot. Rod's managed to keep position
I think it
west
might
of the hoop.
just be a tad short, but I think it's still runnable, right?
Yeah, and he wants it there. You know, you don't want to give Webby any chance of sticking around within sort of 7 yards of the hoop.
Yeah.
So
But I think if
you're gonna
if
put
yellow's
it
in hoop
anywhere.
running position, maybe Webby just wants black gone and he's not too fussed about hanging around.
Now is blue going well deep or clearing yellow here?
What do you reckon to the block? Like red blocking
Ooh.
red's clearance on black.
I don't think black's got a good enough hoop shot to warrant putting a ball in that much danger, but that appears to be what he's looking at.
But if blue
Yeah,
ends
there you
up
go.
in front anyway, is there so much downside in it? That looks like it might be.
Well, there you go.
tricky.
That's very close to wired.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell from this angle exactly if it is, but it can't be that far
Webby's-
off, right?
Yeah, again, still lining up fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Has he been stalking much? Have you noticed?
He's not been walking back very far. He's been stalking every shot, but only
Yeah.
maybe a couple of yards, I'd say. I hadn't really noticed. I don't know whether he only had half a ball or I think.
It seemed to be a fairly clean strike,
Yeah.
and he didn't go at full pace, so that could mean that, yes, he was hoping to get half ball black and hang around
Yeah.
somewhere.
So hoop or jaws? I've asked this question for Rachel every time.
Definitely hard at hoop.
So every time. So actually maybe as an Australian player, you like these Atkins hoops were a bit new. Rachel and I haven't really played on them much. It seems like if you hit them hard, they just spit it right back at you.
I disagree. I feel they are a lot nicer to slide through if you get an accurate hard shot.
Okay.
The ball seems to just, but there isn't a great deal of difference.
Well, I mean, like
Obviously, in firm set lawns, hoops
Yeah.
are difficult to make
yeah,
on any occasion.
yeah, that's true.
So this
It's,
is.
it's just, I mean, because
short.
I believe you because like every Kiwi and every Australian, and these are the guys with experience with these
Yeah,
hoops,
that's
have
exactly
been
right.
going hard. Like they've been going hard, and
And also, these lawns are very hard to judge for jaws.
That's true.
Obviously, we've seen a lot of interaction with hills over the last couple of days.
that's very diplomatic.
And, well,
But yes, no, it's well
and,
put.
And unless you're within a yard or so,
Yeah.
jawsing at dead weight is not a very high percentage shot.
Yeah, I suppose the last thing you want to do when you're trying to jaws is just glue it to the wire.
or even go past and
Yeah.
allow an easy wire from opponent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. From that perspective, there is a big risk of going for jaws as well.
yeah.
Because I mean, Rachel and I have been quite conscious of if you go for it hard, you risk disappearing off a long way. But actually, even that is probably
Yeah.
better than gluing yourself to the wire.
Now, he's
and
going very short at the hoop. So is he forcing yellow to take black here?
is this just you can clear blue 7 yards and then I'll clear you 20 yards? Is that what this is?
I would think so. Yeah. Good tactic if it works. I don't know
Yeah.
what black's hoop shot looks like.
I mean, from where
yeah.
Rob was putting it, it must be all right, right? Like you'd bank on him to get hoop running position from there.
Yeah.
Question is, has Webby got yellow in the way? I don't.
I don't
think
think
so.
yellow is in the way, but it's still in a decently aggressive position.
Mm.
It's runnable. It's tough runnable, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple
Good
of big
position.
shots before yellow gets that hoop shot, I suppose. I mean, I suppose there's a 7-yarder, and if it works, Webby's got to do a 20-yarder return, and then Rob's got yeah. But yeah, it's a bonus that yellow's in hoop running position for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Robert's foot wiggle there.
Is that a omen of something? Is that something you've picked up on?
No, it's a regular Fletcher.
All right.
If you do look out for Robert's, Malcolm's just hit me on the side of the arm. I don't know whether it's because I'm pointing out something that he doesn't like, or anyway, you at home you can watch to see Robert's hat touch. before he goes to stalk and play.
Okay. So what do you reckon now? So
Well, he'll touch his hat and then shoot at the hoop.
So this is next level commentary. This is an insight that we've not had in the commentary box yet.
He may not touch his hat.
Oh no, we've been lied to.
Sorry about that. Maybe, yeah. Trivial hoop. Doesn't need to take the pressure off.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, see, both these fellas have had a couple of shots here which have been well in inside wire and just popped out.
We were saying before that Yellow's got an okay hoop shot here, so looks like he's going to have it.
I mean, why not?
And again,
you know,
hoop or jaws?
Oh. Good one.
I'll stop asking now.
Yeah, not on that hill.
One day I'll find someone to say jaws.
Yeah. I think jaws when hoop is not available.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if either of these players played for jaws when they had a direct, a hoop shot within sort of the 45 degrees angle.
And actually, the hoop's kind of just beginning again now.
Yeah. See, Webby's lost his short boundary advantage here with this shot.
That's a bit short, isn't it?
That is short. Fletcher's looking at a brush here. Short brush.
I suppose he can sort of tidy up blue and simultaneously still get black in position. So I quite like this actually.
Yeah. We'll see where he goes with black. Whether
Playing
it's
it with a bit of
deeper.
top, is it? Yeah. Oh, blues. He lost blue a bit there actually.
That's less than ideal. Possibly not as much cut as he wanted on it because neither ball is sort of in a line with the hoop.
And now
black's short and blues.
Is this a black shot?
It's a blue shot. That's a good shot.
Did he need to do that?
I believe so. He may have felt that blue still had a shot at the hoop, and he's now on east boundary with yellow. Yeah,
but the danger is though is that blue can clear red a fair distance now, and black's hoop shot looks quite a lot easier than blue's. I don't know. Maybe I kind of expected Webby to be shooting at black there rather than blue, but I suppose it hinges on whether blue could run the hoop.
Yeah, and that's up to Webby's discern.
Oh, that's pretty unfortunate.
It's not great.
I mean, blue going off in front of the hoop is kind of made it okay.
Yeah, blue's position's okay, and the likelihood would have been that Webby would have cleared black. Either way.
That's true.
And so this could be, obviously the rush peel's in play with blue, but it could be a slight advantage here because black's coming straight back to in front of the hoop, where blue can clear red quite easily rather than red being on the boundary.
But having said that,
having a shot at black.
Having said that, black's got to be careful not to block red's. Oop. Is this about to be out of order?
Yep, and referee should be forestalling here.
So that's the rule, is it here? That referee in charge says you're playing out of order.
Yeah. Yep.
But that. Well, anyway, I don't know enough about rules. Are you a rule aficionado?
It has just been changed, and I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I believe it is still
I think
required to be forestalled.
Okay.
Isn't it? I had just asked nodded slightly.
Okay. Sorry, a bit of a technical glitch there. On the audio. So what's happened in the meantime? Sorry.
What's happened in the meantime? Black's cleared red quite well and given blue a hoop shot. Fairly straight hoop, which we haven't really seen at this hoop yet. They've all been angled, obviously a lot closer, but angled. So whether or lack of angle on this one allows it to be a cleaner shot. We shall see.
But it's good to see him going for it.
Yeah.
Aggressive play. It's nice to see.
Yeah,
And that's a
there you
great
go.
shot. Well done. And actually, he's gone through that almost
That's
perfectly weighted. Has he got a hoop shot?
not quite.
But he'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, you can't
You can't ask
say
for
no
too
to
much
that.
more than that,
Yeah,
can you?
yeah. Hoop shot would just be greedy. So this is well east. Yeah,
Looks like he's playing for wire.
I think he
He's
might
probably
have
got
it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, there's a
good
lot of
shot.
lawn over there, and yeah, he's got it. But even so, has
So
Rob
where
still
does
got the
Rob play now?
advantage?
It's tough to say. We'll see when yellow plays in, whether yellow nails in front of the hoop and Rob can clear, or if yellow goes
Ooh.
somewhere more defensive.
I think I would have preferred to see black the other side of the hoop.
Yeah, you would.
Just so that blue has a slightly easier block, or maybe.
But I think again, just making Webby clear, rather than giving him. Obviously, red will be nearby. Because it's a relatively short clearance. But
I suppose the important question is, will it be in front of the hoop after clearing black or not? And and with black going slightly that side of the hoop, it's probably more likely to be in front. But it's still a difficult. Well, yeah. And I reckon
depends on where yellow goes.
I reckon it should be deep.
Oh,
But it looks
having
like
a shot. Yeah, there
having a
goes.
shot.
So Rob putting pressure on with a tight hoop stroke. Tight approach.
Is that necessary? I really
No.
don't think that was necessary.
So now Rob definitely has the advantage. Just sit wide from yellow and has quite a
Let him have
straightforward.
black, and I'll run with blue instead.
Yeah. And this is where your comment about black being slightly too far east it becomes relevant, because Webby, if he clears black well and sticks, in front, might have the block on blue.
Yeah.
Also,
What was Webby worried about there? Was he worried about blue blocking red's clearance?
I don't know.
Because that's.
He may not have wanted to take another deep defensive position. A little bit of frustration and lack of commitment to wanting to play a difficult hoop. But yeah, somewhere near red wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now
Get this wired, and
very, very much in Rob's advantage.
yeah, if you put blue where Rob's mallet is right now, I don't think there's much Webby can do to stop Rob getting this hoop. I mean, you could try like the very speculative in-off black, but that's desperate times if you're going for that.
Yeah. Yep, that is it. Yeah. Speculative at most.
Speculative, yeah. It's a joy of being a commentator or commentating. You can just say, oh yeah, just going off black, simple.
Going off black. Yeah.
And not worry too much about how difficult that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's not much he can do. He may have
it looks like he's lining up the in-off,
an
actually.
edge.
But I suppose you don't lose much by going for it. I mean, one other option might be you could centre ball blue and try to follow through to 5, but it's a tricky shot. It could go quite wrong. As in, like, say, run with black and I'll have a ball on side.
Was just considering, and yeah, not a bad option. But I think he's still on for. Oh no, he's standing a fair way back. This might be with a fair bit of power.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and it is.
Good.
So he's on. Where did he end up going out? 3 yards west of the line of A-bolt. The end of A-bolt. So not a bad shot.
Yeah, that could come in handy.
Yeah, if blue runs. Yep.
Well, I think I mean, blue's odds on to run, I'd say. And I don't. If it is wide, there's not much Webby can do.
Yep.
You could.
So he's. not much he could do there. Played 4 position and hope that Rob fails the hoop. Not sure what Will's up to. There we go. Not a great deal of excitement in that, but another hoop for Australia. So
Yeah.
that brings it to 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think there was too much Webby could do about that. I mean, if he was desperate to win that hoop, maybe he could have gone through the back, but
Yeah,
I think at that
very
range...
tough shot.
Yeah, and Rob jumps. And then you've
So
got a ball in the
Rob's-
jaws of 4 on top of everything else.
Rob's clearing here.
Red doesn't actually look all that nice for
Red's
running,
not
right?
running.
Do you think he's clocked that it's not that nice? Or
I do.
Okay. Just clearing anyway.
Yep. Yeah, and that's not a great clearance.
No. Almost got a little lucky.
Yeah.
But I think Red can come back easily enough.
I think it can definitely come back deep. May not be able to get a yard in front, but so Robert
And
has
maybe
to
he might
clear
have liked to
here,
clear.
doesn't he?
If Blue goes in position, maybe Red won't have the option of clearing.
Clearing. Approaching. It's a decent shot.
That's a very nice shot.
Yeah. Yep.
And actually, Webby might have wanted to clear this with Red. Is the hoop making this awkward? Because if Black nails yellow, it's
No,
looking a bit
still
tricky.
lining up as if he's shooting.
Man, this hoop's awkward.
Good shot.
Wow. I think given how close the hoop was there, that's a very good shot.
Yeah. Yep. Now, I'm just peering out on the other games.
Looks like they're both at hoop 10, right?
So, yeah, 6-3 for the Australians on court 1, which will be 4-6 in a sec. And court 4, I can't see the clips on hoop 10, but they are up to hoop 10.
And that
So that's well through.
That's well through, and I don't think he quite wanted it that far through.
No, he was fairly close in front of the hoop, so you'd ideally have a bit more control
Yeah,
coming through.
I don't think he took as much wire as he was hoping for. And
Yeah.
But yeah, 3-2. But if Blue can get this wide, it's going to quickly turn into 4-2, you'd say. But it's
That's
not
long.
wide. And actually, it's not really hoop running position, I'd say.
No, not at all.
But I think as soon as it's not wide, Webby's looking to clear there.
Yeah.
Like just put Red in front, clear with Blue. And it's just given him a little bit of leeway, I suppose, as in it's not so bad if he misses, because rather than Blue running, and that's a really great
good
shot. Yeah, because now if he misses, rather than Blue just running the hoop, Blue clears Red. It's still not great, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not as bad.
Yeah. So Rob is looking to clear here, fearing Yellow's clearance on Blue.
He might also have a double. I mean, he must have a double, right?
Yeah. I don't know how much Rob would look at that.
Ooh, not quite.
Not quite.
He's straight offside, but that's not really a big issue, I don't think.
No, and he'll be looking at a fairly similar shot with Blue.
Yeah.
You would think so. So probably odds to give himself 2 shots at that.
Yeah, and to be honest, like if he'd taken position here, sorry, if Yellow does miss this, he's still in a very strong position, even though Black's not in position.
Yeah.
But he's not. Ooh,
He has missed it.
I can't believe that miss. I thought that was. Wow.
Yeah, not by much. And it did look okay.
Yeah, I stood right on the end of it. He
Yeah.
just seemed to go through the ball.
Yeah.
So,
Now
in off
where they-
attempt, let's settle for just.
No, definitely settling. He'll probably settle for level with the hoop,
Yeah.
as against in front of it.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
there you go.
That's nice. I suppose in off is attractive, but if you go behind the hoop and Red plays
Yeah.
to wide position,
Yeah.
you've thrown away a huge advantage.
Yes. Now where are we? So Yellow's south boundary. We've got balls spread around the place. So where does Felix go here?
I'm
West and deep?
Yeah, I'm tempted by maybe past the peg, actually. Trying to get the peg between blue and red is very deep. But I think any closer and Rob's clearing. And yeah, it looks like...
Yeah, Rob's probably clearing either way. So whether it might have been better to go closer to level with blue and West of...
minimise the distance you can clear you.
The distance.
Yeah.
So rather than being in corner one, you're sort of at penalty position.
Yeah.
That's not in front.
I quite like being in front of the hoop, though, to threaten the hoop shot as well. But actually, the pressure's a bit off again because Black's not quite got as far as he hoped.
And that's a good awkward length as well from Webby with yellow.
Yeah. It hilled a fair bit. I don't think it's quite straight as far as into the black line.
I think the hills helped with that shot for where Rob, may have been clearing that.
Yeah, you're right.
So now it's more of an awkward pressuring shot.
You're right. If you pick yellow up and move it a yard right, I think it would have been cleared already.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at
Felix at black.
And then maybe the
wire.
jump afterwards. Ooh.
I think I mean, yellow's unlikely to be there, but I think it may have a shot on the hoop.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess we'd only find out if it stayed there and Webby had his shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot. It's not really a problem at all that black was lost there because he just wanted yellow gone.
Yep. Don't think it was even conceived. Obviously centre ball every time's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice, but
clearing balls hard is definitely the first priority.
Yeah, yellow had to be gone there.
Yep.
And
so he's got a bit of angle on it, but should not be an issue. He will hit it fairly hard. Oh, approaching that at quite an angle. Yeah.
Is that more angle than it looks?
This, I think it's a lot closer to 45 plus.
Ooh. But still going hard.
Yep.
And Jaws is. So Jaws, after all, has happened.
Yeah, intentional?
No. Oh, he's put a clip on it. It's through.
No way. Do we have the
that's 4-2.
on-court camera view?
Yeah, it would be useful to see actually if the court camera went like perpendicular with that hoop to see just how far through that blue is, because actually I don't think blue wants to be through there. It looks like he's just grovelled through
and he definitely doesn't have a shot on it.
Yeah.
So black's his only chance here.
And actually, it's one of those that he's run a hoop, but could cost him. Oh, that is
an excellent shot.
Good shot.
Yeah, really good shot. Are we able to get the camera to show us where blue is? Yeah, on court camera. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
wow.
So very
That's
awkward.
Just
position.
through, isn't it?
Yeah, only just. Awkward position to get in front of one back.
So I suppose Rob's plan A right now is it just run hoop 7 from the boundary of black? That's your hoop shot. Because blue's going to take like 4 shots to get in front of, or a couple of shots to get in front of the hoop.
He may just play straight through and end on the end of bebop.
That's gone a bit far.
That's gone far, so he might be able to safely just play. Yeah. Straight through.
Yeah, that might give blue time to get into hoop 7 rather than having to rush straight away with this black 7-yarder.
Yeah.
Don't think he's too likely to fault here, is he? Nah.
No, it's very unlikely, but definitely a chance. So.
Yeah, I suppose better safe than sorry.
Safe than sorry. Yeah, you don't want an awkward-looking one,
and
then your opponent's sort of sitting there going, "No, didn't have it watched." what could it have been?
It's got 3 cameras on him with super slow-mo replay available. No need for referees in this day and
Super
age.
slow-mo. Very good. That's a great attempt from
That's
there,
great
actually.
effort, yeah. He can't have been too far off the
And
running.
Rob's having a crack as well.
So does that mean yellow's no good, or does it mean yellow? Yellow looks okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great.
I think percentage-wise, you'd probably take the shot with black than with yellow if you were offered those
yeah,
two balls.
I think so, especially with black going first.
Yeah, exactly. Black's definitely got a much better angle, although it is fairly deep. As deep as it can be.
Yeah.
Outside wire.
And now the age-old question: hoop or position?
This looks hoop, doesn't it?
This will be the draws now. This will be the one draws that I didn't ask.
Nah, this is hoop, isn't it?
It's quite
Oh.
gentle. Oh, he's called it. He's called it. Well, I didn't call it. I don't think that's quite jaws, but it's
definitely not jaws.
But it's quite a nice spot to be.
Are we able to get on court of where that is in relation to the hoop? May not matter due to
No, it's probably bound to be shifted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. And that could be tricky.
Yeah.
As in, like, I guess the question now is,
So it's not through.
yeah, can Webby get a mallet to that?
Yeah.
Looks that way.
Yeah, looking at his.
And then blue to play
there.
next, glued to that wire.
Yeah.
Black's got to do something about yellow, surely.
Yeah, black will definitely be shooting at yellow. You'd think that Webby will either take posi or the wire here.
Yeah, I think
Looks posi, doesn't it?
posi. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you go slightly to the side, as in like, so give yourself a slightly angled hoop, then blue's clearance on you should be blocked by the back thing. Although I don't know when yellow comes through whether it will nudge blue away.
I from the on-court shot we had, they looked extremely close, if not in contact.
But a big shot here, because if yellow can get all the way down to 2-bat.
Well, the other thing is, if he does, because he's got a fair bit of yellow sticking out for him, yellow may end up in just about corner 2, because of its.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's
it's
a
come
very
out
good shot.
on the angle, but yeah, that is a good shot. But as you can see, blue's miles off, and
I mean,
has 2 in front.
I think he's probably still likely to lose hoop 7, but I think he's salvaged his chances at hoop 8 big time there. Although that's a freaking good hoop run, and that's holding up.
That's actually held really well, and the side that he wants.
But even so, 2 seconds ago we were looking at blue being glued like this situation, but blue glued to the wire of 7, and yeah, so Rob did earn something from that good shot, I suppose.
What do we have on other lawns? So court 1 Australia is.
I see 6 red clips.
6-4 to Australia on court 1. Yeah. Yep. 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 So it looks to be on court 4. New Zealand with Sonia is up 6-5 to Wendy Dixon.
And meanwhile,
Is that running?
I think it's just far enough away from the hoop that it's okay. I think if you had to run that, I think it's one of those that you can run by maybe a foot or 2.
Yeah.
So you know it's okay for hoop 8. It's not what you want at 7. So this match could end up being quite live, as in like it could have big important consequences for the tournament.
I think either way, it's highly likely.
Because right now it seems like the other 2 matches are being shared.
Yeah.
And that would mean that Webby needs to win this in order to draw off the series. But if Rob wins it, he wins the test for Australia, right?
Test for Australia. Draw leads to a playoff.
Draw. That's right. Draw leads to a playoff.
Playoff format is one male singles, one female singles, one male doubles, one female doubles, and one mixed doubles. So you've got 5 matches,
Wow.
and everyone plays.
And if that happens, Felix would have had a very long day, having played a long doubles match, a very long,
Yep.
well, long but enjoyable singles match, and then potentially another. Well, we
Yeah.
don't know exactly what, but
that,
maybe a long two.
That could also influence, you know, where the captain or manager decides to put. Oh, sorry, Felix is the captain.
Yeah.
Where they decide to put
Him.
whichever player in that order.
Yeah.
So Robert hasn't shot here.
This must mean that red's pretty tricky.
Jaws or hoop?
Jaws. Did you say Jaws?
There
Two in a
it
row.
is, and this has let Robert in here.
That's a big swing, actually. If that's in the Jaws... Actually, I suppose if that's in the Jaws, black could sort of nudge blue in front, and then yellow's still got to do something to earn the hoop. But now black can just clear red, and there's even an outside chance that black could end up somewhere pretty good after this.
Yeah, the other end of it is black players there. Red's on the east boundary, so Felix is having a hoop shot.
Ooh, and we have seen a few
with
quite
an
long
onside
attempts.
Ball. Yeah.
I hadn't clocked that, but yeah, I like the play. It's not quite.
Not quite. So
Not
now
quite.
it's gone the other way, and Rob now can get a wide ball.
Yeah.
And Felix has got a 22 yard clearance.
Yeah, I think Felix knew when he was taking that shot, and that if he gets it, I mean, obviously he wins the hoop.
Massive reward. Yeah.
But if he doesn't get it, he's way behind at this hoop.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay. I think actually being willing to take those chances makes for better play in the end, and more interesting play. And I think it was fine. Like sometimes when someone tries a big shot afterwards, you say, "Oh, that was rash" or something. But I think it's fine. Even in hindsight, I think.
I mean, as long as you're prepared to take on the 20-yarder. Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's two players willing to take on the 20-yarder.
Actually be wide here as well. Just looking at the
hoop 4.
where red is on the boundary.
Yeah, that would
Maybe blue.
it'd be
is
pretty
slightly
unfortunate,
too
but
far
it could
south
just
for
be
that.
that.
Yeah, it's still lining up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite.
So Rob didn't get all of the wire with blue, so he may look at cutting blue into better wide position here,
Yeah, I'd say
just
that's,
to make sure of it.
yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe shot, really, because unless something really unfortunate happens,
Yeah.
like you hill and you just glue to blue, black's going to be in position, you know.
Yep.
And it's probably a bit
At 2
easier.
feet, you'd hope not to,
Yeah.
not to go wrong too much.
And
You
it's
know, if you were trying this at 3 yards, then then there's a clear possibility of that. And he's hitting it fairly centre rather than just scraping off the edge and trying to cut it. So
I suppose the alternative is to finish off the block with black directly, as in move black south of the hoop.
yeah,
But this
leaves,
just seems a lot easier, doesn't it?
and definitely leaves a chance of a bombard.
And it looks like he's sorted that out. And I think black's gone to a position where, I mean, it's an outside chance really, but I think black's gone to a position where he can't do
get
anything
it
with black.
off black into blue. Yeah. Big swing.
Yeah, that. I'm not sure if that was just I'll try to run the hoop backwards or what.
I know that when I've got a fraction of the ball, I'll just
have
have a
it.
swing.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of frustration.
Yeah.
And desperation. Sort
But it's
of
not-
don't know what to do, and you know you're going to lose the hoop, so just give it a crack.
I suppose as long as red gets decent position, though, it's not actually that desperate a situation. Like, so he's 5-3 down, but if red goes slap bang in front of 9.
No, not desperate in the match or game
Oh, but it's certainly at that hoop,
but
yeah.
At that hoop.
Yeah, if you wanted that
you know,
hoop.
just have a swing and hope something goes your way. So Rob, I would assume, will be shooting here. That's in enough. And he's shooting straight into the corner if he misses. So
Yeah, but he's taking his time, isn't he?
He is taking his time here.
I agree. I'm a bit surprised not to see him walking up to this and clearing.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess the alternatives are you go deeper than red, right? But I don't
Or
really-
try to foot out position, which is, you know, strong, but from 20 or from 15 yards,
Yeah.
it's an extremely difficult shot.
And the thing is, even if you get it, you need to sort of, like, red's got the option of clearing you, right? And then,
Yeah.
so taking a tighter position with yellow and then clearing black with red. No, I think he's, in the end, he's
He is.
settled on clearing.
Red.
But not quite.
No.
So he's, I mean, having taken that shot and missed, he's got a little bit more work to do if he does clear here. But I don't think it's that.
No,
I don't think it's
I
that
like
bad.
clearing onto short boundaries.
Yeah,
That's a very good shot.
that's
by
cracking.
Felix, so,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a very good shot.
So that's the sort of shot you were thinking Rob might play, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rob could have a look at that.
And actually,
But obviously, it's tricky. Yeah, if Felix hadn't got position there, he could be looking at that with blue, but he will just be clearing red here.
yeah, and actually yellow's in a very nice spot there because it's not blocking red as far as I can tell. And if Rob does clear with black, he'll be looking to clear yellow with blue. And so, what do you reckon now? Do you reckon Felix is just having this hoop, or do you think he'll protect yellow?
I can't see how you can protect yellow with blue there without losing any kind of advantage in the hoop.
Can you block blue's shot? Sorry, black shot at yellow. Okay, maybe the hoop run's
see
just
this
easier,
as a
right?
higher percentage. Except now you are in. Yeah.
I think he's still got a slight
He's-
advantage.
He does.
And
Especially with Rob clearing into the court, because, you know, obviously Felix doesn't need to be clearing back, he's just taking position black, so back rather. So yeah, black will be left out of position.
and there's a bit of a chance that yellow will just collide with a hoop,
Yeah.
even if it is cleared. But no, don't. Although
No.
black's been lost
there,
there,
there you
hasn't
go.
it?
So black's well out of position, and so blue may need to clear depending on yellow's shot here.
Would you be tempted to go for the stylish but maybe a bit aggressive option of, given that blue's nearby and black's far away, would you go close to red and then rush yellow across after blue's played its shot?
No.
No, me neither. But I thought I'd ask.
I think just he needed to be 2 yards shorter of that than he was, because blue can hold for some sort of position near the hoop here.
That's a
Like
really good
exactly
shot.
like that. Yeah.
That's a really good shot.
Yeah.
That was really the only way Rob was going to fight his way back into the hoop. He needed one of those, and that's a cracking shot. Hate to say it, but maybe my lineup play was no.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. We'll never know.
I'm happy if you want to do that against me anytime. So Rob, tight position he'll be hoping for here.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd assume so. It's more difficult shot than nailing up to the boundary. Oh, that's
he aiming?
that's a cast.
Do you reckon this is red, or do you reckon he's going for a speculative nudge blue? If he nudges
Gee
blue,
whiz, red's very close
That's
to the
hard.
boundary.
so that was red.
It's not all that much. He may have just been going for position, hoping for red.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the hoops, like hoop 6 wasn't in the way there at all. As in, like, he wasn't worried that he might hit some furniture on the way to position, was
Could
he?
have been. I don't quite remember where he was. Was he about a yard east of the end of Blue Ball?
Yeah, I think that's about where he was, and in that case, 6 should have really been well out of his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he has landed a long way east there.
Maybe he just fancied deep position and he
Oh,
thought,
no.
I'll have a crack at red
Looking
anyway.
at it on the camera angle we've got here, it actually looks a lot more out of position than it is. He's got a fairly straight shot on the hoop. Interesting.
Ooh.
It's too deep. Sorry, too long.
But red's got to run this, right? As in, there's big pressure.
Yeah, which is why Rob would have wanted to get position.
And now he's got a...
There you go.
Yeah.
That, pressuring shot from Rob may have paid off there.
And this is a 5-yarder now for very big advantage in the hoop.
Yeah. And go to 5-3.
6-3, potentially.
Sorry, 6-3
Yeah.
rather. Yeah. Yeah. Good
Great shot.
Really
Great
good
shot.
shot. Gets a slight advantage down to the next hoop.
Yeah, but
No extra, and Webby is
a hell of a long way away.
just about corner 2.
I don't think he's got any furniture in the way, I don't think. I don't think
No.
the peg or 5 was...
Obviously, blue's very close to the hoop. So if you're not hitting blue, there's a chance of bouncing off and snicking it on the way past.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be in his line of any play. What's just happened here?
So I think Judy's just
has
beaten
won.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Against Dallas for Australia.
So now
So now Australia
have
has
at
their
least
8
drawn,
games,
right?
At least drawn. 8 matches rather. And yeah, it looks. Is it still 6-4 on the other lawn?
So it's turned into 6-5. So Wendy got hoop 11, I think. So Sonia is...
sorry, 6-5 rather. Yeah.
So Sonia's trying to get the last hoop to even this.
So this is triangle of danger territory. Clears yellow, gets down to 13.
She doesn't need a 13. Oh, no, she does.
Yeah, she does.
But anyway, Rob's going to... No.
Hasn't run that.
And where is...
Which is
Where are
surprising.
red and yellow?
Near the corner. Red.
Oh, dear.
3 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards.
Wow. That's, man, that's...
Yeah, that's one he did not want to.
No. No, I think a lot of us expected this hoop to be...
But again,
done now.
Felix is clearing
But
2 long boundaries, and
But yellow's in the
that
corner,
gives
right?
Rob the advantage.
Yellow's
Yeah,
in...
no, that's what I mean. So Felix is clearing away, and at the pace he's going to be hitting, there's
but
a
if,
likelihood he'll be. Well,
if red gets this blocked from
that's
black,
actually- I
then
did
yellow
not
can
even
clear
see
in
that
lawn.
live play. What am I thinking?
I don't think that's blocked,
That's
is
open. That's well open. For
Rob isn't
Rob
instantly
cannot
aiming for
actually move. Leave red there.
He can't.
Okay.
Yeah, this should be a straightforward decision, right? This should be a clearance on red,
Yeah, we know.
but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I would have thought very straightforward. You're clearing red, aren't you? Just trying to block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but if a block fails,
Yeah.
Webby's just got
Webby's
to
got a decent,
connect with
decent
blue,
shot
right?
with red.
I
on the
don't
hoop,
think.
and that's nowhere near a block.
I mean, we can't quite see yellow, which is making it tricky. But yeah, yellow's in corner, right? So
Yeah, that's
So
close enough. It doesn't matter. To
this is
call
a
it,
6-yarder for... Well, if he gets any distance on it.
He didn't aim for that, did he?
No. He probably hadn't clocked that the hoop was an option.
No.
He'll be
So
disappointed with that.
Yep.
And actually,
So a shot for Aussies to go 1 hoop away from winning the second test.
yeah. And that took a hell of a lot of wire when it went through eventually.
That did take a lot of wire. May have been on more angle than we could see from up here. We are currently on the balcony at Canley, which is an excellent spot to watch croquet from, to be honest.
Especially this weekend.
Yeah, it's been really good. All the courts that have been played on are in view, and we're standing in one spot. it is a good venue.
12
to watch
lawns, is it,
croquet.
we can see?
Yeah. So that's long, isn't it? Is it jawsable?
Well, from what I hear, Aussies don't jaws or
This is a
New
Kiwi,
Zealanders.
mate.
Kiwis. No, just run that hard. I think it's
Yeah, Rob's going well east here.
I think
He'll take a bit of hill with him. Yeah, that's going a long way east.
yeah, I think he might need a bit of hill to get that red into the hoop. I don't think it's quite as far as level with the hoop. I don't think there's enough of it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yellow looks nice. But yeah, with black there, I don't really see yellow staying there too
Does
long.
Robert play for position or just a secondary defensive ball
I-
somewhere sort of level with the hoop?
I quite like the idea of using yellow to hide behind. So,
Hide
so
behind red. You're giving
yeah.
yourself too long of a hoop shot there.
I think it's going to be like 5 yards. I
5
think
yards. Yep.
I think for the match, it's okay.
Yep.
I guess the danger is that red sneaks in front and that 5-yarder hoop shot turns into a 5-yard jump, which is a lot less nice.
Yep.
But if you go past that 5 yards, I think red just clears you, and with the view of hanging around.
As we have seen from earlier, Robert is quite adept at jumping. You know, as much AC as he plays compared to golf, that jump shot at one back earlier,
Yeah.
really proved his standard of play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he wouldn't shy, especially for the match, shy away from the 5 yard.
But it looks like he's eyeing up a
He's
shot.
definitely lying. Yeah.
So maybe this is a double.
Is this yellow? Yeah, double. Yellow or the hoop. Both.
Yeah. I know which one he wants. Ooh.
Very good attempt. Inside wire from 15 yards is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. The problem is it's not worked out actually that well for him, because now blue's gone behind the hoop. Red can maybe wire, and if that happens, it's gone too far.
That's not wide.
It's gone too far. Still, Rob needs to stop, but we saw him do it at the last hoop, as in, like, you know, hit yellow and stop within a few yards, and 2 of those, and this hoop is looking pretty good.
And at gentle pace, he's come a long way, and that's one of the discussions Rob and I had last night after we got back. We were talking about whether we wanted to be hitting balls, because obviously there was a fair amount of gusty wind, and we were talking about whether it was better to be looking at hard shots and hoping to centre and stay within 5 yards.
That's interesting, yeah.
Than play a skatey shot like that.
Yeah.
And although if you centre, you're only 3 yards away. If not, you're 10, 12 yards away.
That's the danger of hitting hard, isn't it? Like, if you hit anything but the middle,
Yeah.
you disappear. It probably depends just how important it is that you hang around versus how important it is that they don't. But I think he'll be happy enough with blue.
Yeah.
Although
I think he could have done a lot better, a lot more with blue. He could have taken the left side of red and ended up
basically where red is, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He may not have been able to see it, but the angle looked fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
Now he's lining up a shot.
Yeah, the issue...
You'd look at red here, wouldn't you? Give yellow a pressure ankle hoop.
Yeah, I think at 6-3 up, you're happy with yellow having that, aren't you? You're right. My first thought was yellow, but that was just because, you know, stuck in the pattern. I think if red's not there, yellow's actually not that great.
He's taking yellow anyway.
Yeah. The thing is, does yellow... I think you're right, though. I think red gets you more.